of being able to take data directly from the content area of the portfolio, putting it into a predefined questionnaire, which you saw being used in part for self-representation in the live students' work that I showed you, now flips over into that evaluation component. So when we think about how evaluations can be used within the sense of community, this now becomes data that the program can be using. It's data the college can use for accreditation purposes. It allows you to build out evidence of working assessment plans in a way that wasn't possible from the portfolio stance before.
Top layer then is ultimately at the institution level. You start digging into questions in terms of overall outcomes, and what we talk about then, for example, up at Northwest Tech College, they would look at overall how are they assessing learning outcomes for their student body. And they're building different queries, different ways to kind of, for purposes of accreditation, try to respond to the Higher Learning Commission desire to document different learning outcomes that the students are achieving.
The query itself is probably the part that would be the greatest interest to you. So if I go into this kind of a sponsor level, again, the same place where I could do the evaluations before.
So students have essentially opted in to be part of a group at an institution and agreed to share their data.
You remember I showed you that account permissions page earlier. Then I can go in and create a report, which for the sake of today, I'll just continue by today's date. But here I can look at very basic directory type information. Most often we're interested in what's actually happening at the content level. Building the search at the content level means I can look at any content that contains specific text. I can look at the content by core data types. So if I was looking at an artifact, and I wanted to know, did it contain a response or was it ever completed? I have those options. If it contains a response, am I looking for just something in any field, or am I looking at a specific field from the form? So again, you see back to that planning conversation we guided you through. Each element of the forms in the structure of the portfolio can actually be searched. If I was looking at someone who had completed this artifact after, before, on a specific date, then I can pick a particular date from the list, okay that, and that starts to build my logic for my search. It's a Boolean logic base, so I can narrow it or broaden it based on how I link these parts together. So if I said, or, anyone whose account was created before today, I can even filter the results. But when I go now to save, show those results, the report will actually work against anyone who had opted in at this level. Depending on what they have said they're willing to show me, that report will come up showing a list. In this demo area, I only have 2 people who have matched. I have no one in that group who has not given me permission. So I see the 2 students who match that criteria who have given me links to their portfolio. They've given me links to actually opt in to send them an email or to send them a message through the tool. If I can actually go out and look at the person's default portfolio through this, that means I can open it through that link and be taken to their portfolio and looking through their content.